Get ready for the action because we are kicking things off with a major injury update. The San Francisco 49ers star tight end, George Kittle, is working his way back from a torn Achilles, and we have the latest details on his recovery timeline. We break down what head coach Kyle Shanahan is saying about Kittle's chances for Week 1 and what Kittle himself has to say about his fantastic recovery progress.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we dive deep into the controversial draft decisions. The San Francisco 49ers have faced heavy criticism for reaching for players like wide receiver De'Zhaun Stribling, edge rusher Romelu Height, and running back Kalen Black. We examine the debate around what constitutes a reach and analyze the expert opinions on why these selections were made. We continue our draft discussion by looking at the endorsement from former 49ers GM Scott McCluffin regarding De'Zhaun Stribling. McCluffin emphatically defends the team's decision, arguing that Stribling's size, speed, and ball skills make him an excellent fit for the offense, and why he should be considered a starter. Finally, we look at the big picture with an insider comparison. We compare the 49ers' top pick, De'Zhaun Stribling, to a Super Bowl champion, drawing parallels to Chris Godwin Jr., and the massive contract he secured. Find out if Stribling has the potential to become a star and what this means for the 49ers' future. Don't miss the rest of the news. Stay tuned. The San Francisco 49ers tight end, George Kittle, is progressing through his rehabilitation following a torn Achilles injury sustained during the team's wildcard matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. While the injury ended his current season and threatened the next, reports indicate his recovery is moving along more smoothly than initially anticipated, suggesting a potential return early in the 2026 season. Despite the positive trajectory, Kittle has been cautious about rushing his return. Speaking with CNBC's Alex Sherman, Kittle stated, "Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We'll dip our toes back in a little bit slower than that. But hey, who knows? Miracles have happened." Head coach Kyle Shanahan has expressed confidence in Kittle's efforts, noting that the season opener is still a possibility. Shanahan emphasized Kittle's dedication, comparing his work ethic to that of Jason Tatum, citing him as an example of someone who has recovered well from postseason injuries. Kittle detailed his recent progress on the bussin' with the Boys podcast, describing his recovery as going great. He mentioned recently exiting a boot and now wearing supportive shoes, allowing him to function around the house, though he still cannot be on his feet all day. Kittle described his recovery trajectory as fantastic, acknowledging that given the severity of the Achilles tear, his current progress represents the best-case scenario. The San Francisco 49ers are facing ongoing scrutiny regarding their draft selections, particularly concerning their first 3 picks: wide receiver De'Zhaun Stribling, edge rusher Romelu Height, and running back Kalen Black. Critics frequently label these choices as reaching for their draft capital. An analysis suggests that the debate centers on the intersection of player rankings versus scheme fit and draft positioning. Regarding Stribling and Height, the argument posits that while players may be highly rated, the decision to draft them at specific points is critical. It is argued that the availability of players at subsequent draft slots must be factored into the assessment. For instance, it is suggested that Kalen Black, the 3rd-round pick, would have been available at a later selection, and even if not, his role may not be as central as perceived. Conversely, Stribling and Height are viewed as necessary investments due to existing positional weaknesses. Stribling is expected to compete for significant receiving roles, while Height is anticipated to upgrade the pass rush. Recent developments have added complexity. Analyst Greg Kosel noted that Stribling's game film indicated an outstanding size-speed profile and a refined route-running ability, suggesting a potential fit for the 49ers offense that contrasts with some prevailing expert opinions. Furthermore, reports indicated significant pre-draft chatter surrounding Stribling, with some coaches suggesting he was close to being drafted immediately after the 49ers selection, highlighting the perceived risk involved in the draft slot. Head coach Kyle Shanahan addressed the inherent risk in selecting players who may not meet the expected trajectory based solely on draft rankings. He stated that drafting a player who might not develop until many rounds later represents a significant gamble. Critics contend that prognosticators often prioritize raw rankings over crucial variables like scheme compatibility. Regarding Romelu height, mock drafts indicated a preference for him based on his defensive fit, suggesting that if the player significantly upgrades a unit, the draft position should be justified. Beyond talent evaluation, General Manager John Lynch emphasized the importance of character and mental fortitude. Lynch stressed that the ability to handle the challenges of the NFL, the mental toughness to persevere, is a key trait he seeks, suggesting that if these players possess the necessary resilience, their draft position becomes less consequential. The team's established culture of cohesion and veteran leadership is also cited as a factor in evaluating potential long-term contributors. The San Francisco 49ers' recent wide receiver draft selection of De'Zhaun Stribling has drawn significant debate, but former general manager Scott McCluffin has issued a strong endorsement, arguing the team made the correct move over other options. The Niners passed on opportunities to select Omar Cooper Jr. or Denzel Boston in the first round, trading down twice before ultimately selecting Stribling with the 33rd overall pick in the second round. This decision sparked scrutiny, especially given Stribling's profile, though some analysts reportedly rated him higher than other high picks. Stribling, listed at over 6 feet 2 inches and 207 pounds with 4.36 speed and strong yards after catch potential, offers versatility. Scott McCluffin, who previously oversaw the team's roster decisions, defended the pick, stating, "I liked him quite a bit, to tell you the truth. Some people didn't, and I don't understand why, because he's got size, he's got speed, he's got good ball skills. And he made plays. I don't understand why they're questioning the pick." McCluffin contrasted Stribling favorably against Omar Cooper Jr., noting that Stribling possesses the ability to run, whereas Cooper is not a speed player, likening Cooper to Deebo Samuel, suggesting Stribling offers an either-or option for the offense. McCluffin further highlighted Stribling's physical attributes, emphasizing his height, length, and catch radius, concluding that he is a flyer who can be utilized outside. McCluffin's assessment suggests that Stribling is poised to become a starter, bolstering the 49ers' passing game and silencing critics regarding the draft choice. The San Francisco 49ers have bolstered their roster with 8 new players following the 2026 NFL Draft, highlighted by the selection of wide receiver De'Zhaun Stribling in the second round with pick number 33 overall. Stribling, 23, brings a strong collegiate resume, accumulating 56 games across Washington State, Oklahoma State, and Ole Miss, where he recorded 216 receptions for 2,964 yards and 23 touchdowns. Despite facing criticism for the selection, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler drew a comparison between the rookie and a former All-Pro and Super Bowl champion, suggesting the comparison could resonate with established players. Fowler noted that Mike Evans might see a resemblance to Chris Godwin Jr., Evans' former running mate in Tampa Bay. He detailed the physical similarities, noting Stribling's transition from weight, jump height, and broad jump metrics compared to Godwin's collegiate performance. This potential pairing is seen as complementary, as Stribling's ability to separate over the middle would enhance Evans' vertical threat, which Brock Purdy is expected to welcome. The comparison is particularly noteworthy given that Chris Godwin Jr. secured a significant 3-year, $66 million extension from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after entering the league as a third-round pick in 2017. Analysts suggest that if Stribling develops to match Godwin's production, the 49ers will be pleased, potentially forcing pundits to reconsider their initial negative reaction to the draft pick. Furthermore, An NFL analyst has suggested a potential nightmare scenario for the 49ers in the upcoming free agency period.